dead people running in elections. This is ridiculous.
Do we know, Kim, who actually, was it Donald Trump Jr. that actually wrote those tweets?
I've heard two different stories. Number one, I've heard that they hired someone who was given passwords so they could, it's a dangerous situation when you're dealing with operatives. And if they're not getting their way, they could do bad things. And, I'm going to leave it at that, but I would just say that we know for a fact they're sick and tired of their umbrella military corporation people. They're done. And they should. If there was a shred of decency, which I use that term loosely, to the umbrella military corporation operatives, in any sense of patriotism and any sense of, pride, stop.
I know.
But I find it very interesting that he did put out there that his father has died.
There was also a lot of weird ones too that seemed, I don't know, if you were going to do some sort of disclosure or you were trying to get real information out there, like, would you really say some of the bad words in there and stuff? To me, it seemed just, I don't know if they were trying to make it look like someone hacked, because it does kind of look, the tweets are so crazy that it does kind of look like someone hacked. I almost wish he just would have posted, "My dad's gone," end of story kind of thing. And then I feel like it would have been more credible, but looking at the tweets now, do you know what I mean? It looks like someone hacked.
You had to make it look crazy. You had to make it look crazy and saying, remember, these are dangerous people. They are not nice people. They kill people that do not comply. And you gotta make it look like a hack and someone just went off and went crazy and sent out all this stuff with a little bit of truth mixed in there.
I see. Okay.
And like I said, it's a slippery slope. And allegedly they have a plan, we have plans of our own, but, not for the same reasons. But they just gotta, everybody's tired.
Mm-hmm.
And when they started announcing they now control the country, here we go again, right? If it's not the eyes, it's the legs. If it's not the legs, it's the feet. If it's not the, and everybody should be in control. Well, that's pretty much by the end of the day, that story will be over. Everybody will realize there's no money. They did try to also come here. They were denied. And I am positive, as are, everybody around here is, not stupid people. So I'm sure they knew, like I knew, there was going to be a big promise and a big payout, and I'll be here to make the big contracts and do the big things because we're the big guys now. Well, no. They've been very angry with me. Let me put it that way to you. Very angry with me. But it doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't. So, the United Nations General Assembly is going on right now as well. So they have been there, promising big promises to operatives and countries and all kinds of people. Just crazy dreams. Just crazy statements. It'd be like me saying I have $100 in my bank account, and then when we're done recording the news here, I say, Sonny, would you like, I'd like to buy you a new car and, all of this stuff, I can't afford to buy you a new car.
Not $100.
No, not with $100. And so people are starting to wise up. Now, speaking of wising up, the United Nations operatives. So the meetings start 3 weeks ahead of time. They've been having these conversations with the Chinese elders and Rothschilds and all these people that they report to, various agencies and whatnot. And, the promises of money, again, was this past Monday, and before that, and they've been there for weeks talking and discussing, There was loads of talk about the BRICS meeting in South Africa last month, and that there was going to be something big happening there. That didn't happen. And the operatives are starting to look for some real information. So because nothing is happening there, and they're not obviously wheeling and dealing much, there's some dog and pony shows going on the news. They started comparing notes. What did they promise you? What did they promise you? Where's this money? They're checking the banking system to see how much money is really available. Like, does anybody have any money? Remember the Treasury Department fiasco that the U.S. Treasury was going to fund all these countries? And, oh, nope, that didn't happen. There's no money there. And so they're starting to now talk amongst themselves and ask questions. And this started a couple days ago. They have said, when they started comparing notes, they did come back to us 2 days ago and said that everything we have said is accurate. They're starting to now watch our news and encourage others to do the same. They do that sometimes through, let's just say, alternative methods, the way agencies do things. And everything we've said is what is actually happening, what actually happened. They know about the promises we talk about because they're the ones that are being promised things.
Yeah.
So, this being said, they are in a meeting currently as we're recording this. It should be over by about 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then we'll have a decision. Now, the only thing that's making them hesitate is the fact that they know we can fund governments. They have shown, the money is there. The Treasury Department has put out word about, because my contact at the Treasury Department is the same one that they're going to when they go there, to the Treasury. The financial people, the financial operatives, let's call them, from other countries, always go and visit the Treasury Department with the other financial operatives. And they were told that during the Trump administration, they were told how much money I gave to the country, where it came from, because he was the one on the other end. So it was the White House terminal on one side, and then we would connect directly to that person's terminal at the Treasury Department for the funding. So there's proof there for these people, okay? And then, yes, there was $23 trillion here, but it had been sitting here for months and everybody ignored her. And then we put together all of these budgets and all of this stuff saying, because everybody said they were going to move forward and then they went backwards and nobody went anywhere. So she probably got tired of waiting and took it back. So now word's getting out, this is where the money is. Okay? Lots of closed door meetings, backdoor meetings. Of course, the United Nations is lit up like a Christmas tree. It's like a giant corn stalk with lots of ears. It's like the walls have ears at the United Nations building. There's a whole underground facility there. There's all kinds of stuff. You can't go to the bathroom at the United Nations building without someone knowing exactly how long you were in there, exactly whether it was number 1 or number 2, and everything you did while you were in there. So it's, so closed doors meetings in a building like that mean absolutely nothing. Everything is monitored. There's full facial recognition of everything, everybody walking down everywhere. You can't hide in that, in that building. So the alleged closed door meetings that are going on is there's an education process for heads of state, UN employees, and what's really happening. Well, as of this